Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to flip number 39. So we'll just pick up where we left off, and at the very top there is my Bible study, and right here was the thunk trunk, which I don't think we're doing that any longer, which is a shame because I really enjoy doing them. And the question was, if I could have a conversation with anyone who isn't here, who would it be and what would I say? And I would choose to speak with my late brother. He passed away in 2013 suddenly. And I would ask, what the hell happened? So, yes, he passed away of natural causes, but it was like he was here one day and gone the next. So, I miss him very much. We were very close to each other. He was only about a year and a half older than me, and so we were very close growing up, and he's actually the one that introduced me to Big Handsome. So I will forever be grateful to my big brother, one of my big brothers, I have two, for introducing me to the love of my life. And then I had, YouTube. So I had fun working on my first tutorial, which actually turned out to be like a rambling mess. But somebody had asked me, one of my sweet subbies had asked me on my YouTube channel how I add my clip art into my book. And it's a very simple thing to do. I just, I do it old school. I go to a search engine, I choose what I want to search for, and I copy and paste it to Microsoft Publisher. And then I print it out, cut it out, and stick it in. So like on this page, I have this piece here is a piece of clip art. This is clip art. That up there is clip art. This is clip art. So I use a lot of clip art in my book. I don't tend to draw very often in my book. So, yep. So I like using clip art because you can basically just pick whatever you want to do and print it out. So that's how I like adding some of the fun and whimsy to my page. And so, yeah, that day I did a tutorial on how I get clip art and put it in my book. And then I'm thankful for Big Handsome's example of what a loving husband and father should be, because that was also part of my Bible study that morning. And so, yeah, I'm so thankful for him and his example. And then on this day here was being encouragement was part of my Bible study. This was the 5 on Friday. And this one, I hope y'all can see this. This 5 on Friday, I think I can remember all of the things that were on here. So it was use something from a calendar. These are, like on a calendar where you have, the 12 months, obviously, and you have a big picture on top. I'm talking like the wall calendars. So you have the big picture on top and then the calendar on the bottom. Well, on the back of those calendars, it usually has the 12 pictures of the monthly pictures, but in smaller versions. So that's what these are here. It's from a calendar that I have. And then one of the things was something you love. So of course I had to put my lovely family. And then it was like pick a random piece of scrapbook paper, like go to a pad and just like pick the 5th paper and stick it on there. So that's what I did. Use a clock and use arrows. So I got all of that on one page. And I was thankful that for going to co-op and spending time with friends. So yeah, this particular Friday I was feeling a little bit better. And it when my son is in his class, all the moms that aren't volunteering or aren't teaching, we all kind of gather, or some of us gather in the kitchen, and we just talk and catch up on everybody, share ideas, all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun to just get together and, yammer on. And so this page here was, let me see. One of the traditions that we have, this was on Saturday, my husband was working, and one of the traditions down here that we have in the fall is a seasonal bakery that we have. It's a berry farm, so it's kind of like a bakery and a farmer's market combined, and it's only open seasonally. So down here, it is open during our planting and harvest season, which our planting season generally starts like in the fall, goes through the winter, and ends in the early spring. The harvest time is in the early spring. Actually, it's like in winter time, in late winter. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's opposite of what it is up north. And so this is a huge deal down here. When it opens, it's like crazy packed with people. And so my father-in-law had wanted to go there to get some cinnamon rolls to take back home when they go back home. My in-laws are still here working. This day he happened to be off. So he took my son and they went over there, and there were lines galore. I mean, cars lining the roads for like a quarter of a mile each way, up and down from the bakery. It was just crazy. So yeah, they came home with no cinnamon rolls. And then, of course, my poor big handsome, he's going on 4 long weeks without even one day off. So he is exhausted. There have been a few days where he's been able to come home a little bit earlier. So that's been good, but I can't wait till he is finally done with this project at work and the overtime ends and he's able, we're able to get back to our normal, which is a relative term around here, but our normal lives. And then this day here, I filmed a super fun whisper challenge with my daughter for her YouTube channel. And then just a couple days ago or last weekend, she was like nearly in tears because however it happened, if you're on YouTube, it just happens. The video was erased. I don't know what happened to it. She doesn't know what happened to it. We don't know what happened to it. So yeah. So we might try to do that again. I don't know. It was a lot of fun doing it. And then I was thankful for the best gems in the whole wide world. Yes, I am very blessed to have 2 wonderful kids. I'm sure that they get into things that they probably shouldn't, they're regular teenagers, but they are really good kids. We've really been blessed with 2 great kids. So I'm thankful for that. And then let's see, on this day here, I had made a handmade collage journal, and I used the Coptic stitch binding, which is the first time I've ever done it. It did not come out perfectly or anything like that, but it's workable. I made it out of what are they called? File folders, because I have a huge stash of file folders from my teaching days. And the collage journal was inspired by Packard Eye here on YouTube, who does collage work. It's just gorgeous. And Gina Ahrens also does a series on her YouTube channel called Collage Friday, I believe. And she does a beautiful job as well. And the inspiration for the book itself came from Gina Ahrens' collage book, which was made by a friend of hers who was inspired by Sea Lemon here on YouTube. So there is a tutorial out there for Coptic stitch binding by Sea Lemon. And that's the tutorial that I used. It took me like 4 hours to make this book, let me tell you what. But it's done. And the reason I chose to make it is because commercial art journals for me, I've never personally bought like a Delusions one. Those things just scare me. But I have bought like what are they called? Like Strathmore books or Canson books. I've bought those. But they have so many pages in them that it's just very overwhelming for me. So the reason I chose to bind my own book is because then I have control over how many pages are in here. So I don't have to worry about filling, 100 pages of work. I can just put however many pages I want in here. And then finally, after a few years of this whole art journal journey that I've been on, I can finally have possibly a book that is completely finished. That'll be nice. And then be careful about what you think your thoughts run your life was the lettering journal or the lettering prompt for that day. And then I'm thankful for quiet Sundays. So my husband was at work. Yeah, the kids were probably still sleeping. And so I spent like the whole morning working on this journal. And then on this page here, these 2 pages also, these are like the finished pages of an updated process video that I had done before I had finished these, so I have that's on my channel as well, the updated process video of how I go about designing my pages. This here is a painted envelope I had done a while back on a jelly plate that I had made a few years ago, and it's just really like when I get out my jelly plate, I like to make a bunch of painted envelopes for Happy Mail. So I had one of these in my stash, and inside is a personal essay that my daughter had written for her college class, her creative writing class, and her professor had asked her to submit it for publication in the creative writing, the annual creative writing publication that the college puts out every year. So yeah, we were very, very proud of her for that. And in here, up there, this is on a Monday, so up here's my Bible study. And then back to the berry farm. So we finally went out and got the cinnamon rolls. My in-laws were at work, and so my son and I decided to make a run over there. And if the lines weren't too long, we were going to go ahead and get them, which it was probably like almost a record because I think we were only in line for about 15 minutes, which was great. We went right at the right time. And then we had spaghetti and meatballs that my husband makes from, he makes the spaghetti sauce from scratch and all that. And so that was really yummy. And then I'm thankful for, that day I was thankful that I was able to drive and go pick up the cinnamon rolls. Thankfully, the berry farm is not very far from our house. So, yep, I was able to do that. And so that was good. And then let's see, on this day here, up here was my Bible study, and then it was a Tuesday, so I think the Tangle It prompt was something like one of the tangles that she did was like doing stitching around, things in your book. So that's what I did for this. And then Felicia, sometimes she puts in like little practice lettering things, and so that was really fun to practice lettering, this type of lettering, which I've never done before. And this was the Letter It November prompt, and we had pulled pork sandwiches for dinner, so that was yummy. And I'm thankful for Big Handsome Specialist that really seems to listen. So yeah, he had another doctor's appointment today, and he needs more tests. So yep, he's going to go into the hospital, outpatient to have some tests done. So hopefully, again, we're going to try to get closer to finding out what's going on with his health saga. And then on this day here, it was Wednesday, and Whimsical Wednesday was something about hobbies. And of course, up top, I have my Bible study, and over here is the Letter It November. And so hobbies for the Whimsical Wednesday was my biggest hobby right now is doing the Fibonacci. But I just enjoy anything related to creativity. I enjoy making junk journals. I enjoy, collage work. Right now I'm enjoying practicing faces. So yeah, I love anything having to do with that. Those are my hobbies right now. And I would love to learn how to crochet. So as soon as I get a crochet needle and some yarn, I'm going to try it out. And my poor beauty queen, she was sick. She rarely misses school or work. I don't think she's ever missed, honestly. But she missed 2 days this week of work and school. So yeah, crazy. And then I filmed a new process video this day as a video response because someone, one of my sweet subbies, wanted to know what my process was. So I did that. And then that evening we had really yummy fresh fish with dill sauce that my husband made. And well, the dill sauce was actually store-bought. It was good, but I don't think we'll get it again. I like homemade stuff more. So does my husband. But anyway, he makes wonderful fish, though. It is so good. I could just eat it plain. I don't need anything with it. It's so delicious. And I am thankful for his delicious meals because that's who cooks in our house now. Oh, looky there. I am in the process of finishing up these pages. So I need to go back and finish them up. I have all my, my clip art in, and I have my writing, and and I'm in the process of going back and filling all this in. And then there was my 5 on Friday that I had not completed yet. Sometimes those are just really difficult for me. I don't have a problem finding the things on Allie's list per se. One of the things was use something pink, so I just used a stencil and probably ink tents with a baby wipe. And then I stuck in my Bible study for that day up there so I can glue it in somewhere on the page. The thing I have a problem with on the 5 on Fridays is combining everything to make it look cohesive for the page. That's my problem. Like I have such a hard time with the composition of these pages. I love doing them, but I just have such a hard time with them. So yeah, that's that. And I have continued on with my book, even though I still have to finish these pages. And then see here, I have more pages to finish. So yeah, I do this sporadically. So I will leave it there for now. And I will thank you for sharing your time with me and listening to my ramblings. And I will catch you next time on a flip.